What's up? My name is Andrew Alonso, and I'm the lead singer and the rhythm guitarist of Sons of a Tradesman.
My name's Christopher Santiago. I play drums for Sons of a Tradesman.
My name is Mike Guido, and I play lead guitar for Sons of a Tradesman.
The meaning of the record, I would have to think back to when we first got together to write it and where my head was at then and where I tried to keep it at the whole time, which was always to not try and sound like anything, to just very organically get together with my best friends on whatever random day it was and just work as hard as we could on what we were working on and see what happened. And if we were as good as we thought we were, it should be pretty good at the end.
Meaning of the album was four brothers in almost a Middle Earth type of deal. And we decided to just be super open and weird about it. Like pretty much anything that came, we just ran with. Very much enjoy just like the fantasy side of things. We were all able to just really mess around and have a great time with it.
The original concept for the album was created by our late bassist, Nicholas Polycarpo, and he created this story of a fictional world of these four brothers that were battling against one another for the inheritance of their father's fortune. Each member of the band having their own character, Andrew being the bandit, Chris was the wolf, and myself being the vigilante, and Nick being the baron. And I guess the rest of it, the culmination of everything, Stir the Pot, is basically everybody's input who's been involved in this project, everybody's input kind of coming into one big cauldron, this kind of melting pot of everybody's different backgrounds.
So many bands that come out you listen to, and you can tell that they're trying to sound like something. And they want to fit into a genre, and they want to be on that playlist, and they want to be featured in that magazine, or they want a shot to be on whatever label it is that specializes in that subgenre of music. And it meant a lot to me to not do that. What rock and roll has meant to me my whole life is freedom, and to be free, and to not conform, and to be rebellious, and to approach the songwriting from the confines of a genre doesn't seem very free to me. The writing process is cool because we kind of approached every song the same, but then ended up writing them all differently, and we kind of had what we thought was a formula for writing them. One guy writes a riff or comes up with a part, you bring it to practice, you jam on it, you expand on it, the song is in this key, it's in this time signature, you can only do so much with it, and then try and build on that. And none of them ever had like a theme per se, like what the lyrics were going to be about, or what the songs were going to be about when we were writing the music. The music always happened pretty organically. And a lot of times it would be, one of the strings, whether it was myself or Guido or Nick, that would come up with the melody part, and we'd jam on it, and then it would be Chris that would kind of transform it and give it its life and its sound that is our sound. And it's that drive that's consistent through every song at one point or another. Every song hits. The recording process, it was done in phases because we had to learn, or mostly my Guido had to learn, because we never recorded a record before, and I'd never even been in a band before. So when it finally got to the point where we thought that we had a solid grip on the songs and that we had a record's worth of songs and we were going to start recording them, it really was it was an all-out assault on us and our schedules. I mean, every free minute that we had before shows or in the middle of a week or planned studio sessions, or let's go and bang out a vocal track at Mike's house, or let's go and do a guitar tracking really quick at the studio, you know, maybe for a couple hours, whatever we could do, and we were chipping away at it. And that followed into the mixing and the mastering, and it just was really a lot more than I could ever have anticipated. And my respect for anyone that has any solid body of music is through the roof. And I mean that genuinely. I don't care what kind of music it is. If the quality is good and you recorded it and you did it, you know, kudos to you, because that shit is hard.
The recording process was very much a combination of frustration, fulfillment, excitement, a lot of different feelings, because we had no idea what the end result was going to be. We originally started recording the album at a friend's studio, and unfortunately the untimely death of our bassist kind of put a halt to that, and we didn't really know if we were going to continue. And you know, we decided to push forward, and then pandemic hit, and that's when we really decided that we had to, if we were going to get this done, we had to do it ourselves. So I basically spent the entire pandemic researching and learning how to produce an album, you know, myself, and spent pretty much my entire savings to buy all my recording gear and equipment and everything that you would use for mixing. And so everything, you know, cover to cover, the recording, the engineering, the mixing, with the exception of mastering, we sent the masters out to our friend Dan Colombo in Nashville. But other than that, everything was done in-house, you know, by the members of the band. And that's why we're so passionate about this album, is because we put a lot of hours and, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, and we're extremely proud of it. And not a lot of bands can say that they produced an album entirely themselves, so it's definitely something we're proud of.
For anyone that's watching this in 2022, thank you, you know, and thank you for your support and being eager to find something new and not be, you know, afraid to like something new. And to anybody that's watching it any other year, you should have fucking been here first.
We're extremely fortunate that we are even good enough and we're even liked enough to get to this point. A lot of people try to do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes, majority of the time, it does not. Anybody that's younger trying to do this, don't quit when you have a bad night. Don't stop if, you know, maybe you think you're not good enough. The most beautiful thing about this is literally what we took about it, is that you can do things yourself if you really want it that bad. And I think that makes you a little bit more of a stronger human being at the end of it. And this album, I have to say, I'm very happy with myself, with Guido, with Andrew, everybody else that was a part of it, you know. And this will not be the end, but only the beginning. Thank you.